Hey, it's Mazzy, and welcome back. This is a new upcoming release alert. I just read this morning, and maybe you've heard about this. It's been, I know, in some of the forums and discussion about it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And I don't know if it was only announced today, but I am excited about this. Now, this is a legacy act, a boomer act, and do we need reissues and repackages and things? But I think this is an excellent one. This is Pink Floyd live at Pompeii, the Roman Empire, that wonderful film from 1972. Now, I've seen it many, many times. And of course, young men like me were so excited to see that buffed up, seemingly buffed up, David Gilmour shirtless is playing a Stratocaster guitar out there with his long flowing hair, is like Adonis at the time or something. And this is coming from a straight guy. So I tell you, that is a highlight, but it's one of the great live performances, film release. And I don't know the history of the releases. Was it ever out on VHS? I don't really know. I don't know the history. So what good am I, right? But May 2nd, I just saw that it is coming out in various forms. Now, it's never been released on vinyl. I do know that, at least not on traditional legal vinyl, maybe bootlegs probably. But there is a Steven Wilson remix. Do we need a Steven Wilson remix? I don't know. I don't care. I go hot and cold. Sometimes I think he's brilliant with his remixes, and I think he's doing a surround Blu-ray as well. So here's the deal. Pink Floyd, for me, that is the golden period for my life as a young man. Pink Floyd, from 17, 18 or so, those years, especially in 1972, I turned 18. I love that period of Pink Floyd. Of course, I love the early Syd Barrett stuff, and as they went on a little bit. And I think that is such a great creative period for this band. Now, the centerpiece of the Pompeii concert, the beautiful footage when the camera just goes around them and you see the mixing board, you see the wide shot looking down at the mixing board, and the way that, the rig is set up and the speakers and them playing. It's just one of the best ever, right, in Pompeii. It's kind of like what the Beatles thought about, like at the end of recording this record that became Let It Be or Abbey Road, that period of time. Let's go on Mount Everest. Let's go to these great ancient Roman ruins or the temples or the Egyptian pyramids, and they end up on the rooftop. This is the real deal. The Grateful Dead would go to do the pyramid show some years later, but this album, Metal, is really the centerpiece, especially the song Echoes. And Echoes is an all-time favorite piece of music for me. And it's so experimental and so surreal and so beautiful, and it soars. I friggin' love this album, Metal, Pink Floyd's Metal. But that, again, that centerpiece, Echoes, that is important to me. It takes up 23 minutes 31 seconds, written by all four members of the band, and it shows. And to me, that is really the best nucleus of this band. Okay, so I'm excited about this coming out. It's coming out in a 2 LP vinyl set, which you can see right here. It's coming in as a CD, and it's coming in for a DVD or Blu-ray. If you don't have a Blu-ray by now and you're buying videos, buy a friggin' Blu-ray player. If it's mastered for Blu-ray and the sound, and I don't even do surround anymore, and I have a Blu-ray player, and it actually notches up from DVD in so many ways. So the resolution and the audio and all that stuff. So I'm excited about this. I'll get the 2 LP set, and I'll get the obviously the Blu-ray, because this is one of those concert films that you can watch repeated. There's no people screaming, reaching up with their lighters or their phones. It's 1972 Pompeii, and it's, what is it, an hour or so? I don't even know it's at. It might be 40. Who knows how long it is? But it's a brilliant, brilliant film. But that period of time, as I said, this is a record that was always special to me, and this obviously is obscured by clouds from the film La Vallée. I didn't see La Vallée till, I guess it's the late 70s or into the 80s, I finally saw that with the Mudmen, and it's an interesting film. It's not like, it's not the film, but the music is so good. And this is that great fusion of some of their ethereal work and beautiful melody, even pop songs. The song Free Fall, which is a Roger Waters song. It's just such a hook. When I did my radio, college radio in the early 70s, I used to play from this album all the time, and I adore it. Such a great soundtrack. I don't even think of this as a soundtrack. To me, this is a proper Pink Floyd album, which led, we know what's coming. This was kind of like done so fast. Barbara Schroeder directed the film, and they were asked to do this soundtrack. And, they also did Antonioni's film, music for that film, Zabriskie Point. The film is interesting, but not a great film. But the soundtrack with Jerry Garcia noodling and Pink Floyd and the Youngbloods tracks is a fabulous soundtrack. You get the expanded double LP of Zabriskie Point, and you get these great noodling jam pieces, guitar solos, and just wonderful build-ups by Pink Floyd and Jerry Garcia on that thing. But this, to me, is a major record, and it seems to be kind of one that people pass by on when they're talking about Pink Floyd in their catalog. But I think it's absolutely essential, and it's one of their best albums. It would be in my top 5 Pink Floyd albums. And then, of course, it leads up to 1973's Dark Side of the Moon. I mean, this is the beast. This is like an essential record that has been played so much, spoken about, showcased so much, but is a piece of art and a wonderful accomplishment. And just, it's amazing. I'm actually amazed that this caught on to the public, and it's become such an album in the zeitgeist of rock and roll and popular music of the 1970s and the history of music. What a fantastic record! Now, apparently in this documentary that's attached to the Pompeii video, there are conversations of them while they're recording this record. So it is essential. And the first time I ever saw Pink Floyd was at Winterland, and it was about 4 to 6 months before this came out. It was the end of 1972. This came out, I believe, in spring, 73 or so. And they played the entire Dark Side of the Moon at Winterland, and did the gong. It was amazing. Now, of course, nobody knew the music, so this is one of those cases where they play this entire suite, this entire album, and no one had heard it before, and it was still powerful, special, a wonderful presentation, and I just loved it. And again, I remember them playing Echoes too, which always was a centerpiece of their shows. And of course, those of you who are really deep into Pink Floyd know that it was great performances they did at KQED in San Francisco, or in was it 1970 maybe even, or 71. That's in the box set, but I remember when they broadcast that. That's the local PBS station out of San Francisco, and Pink Floyd came in while they were coming to play the Fillmore or Winterland or something. Fillmore, I think that one was, and they did that performance. So anyway, this is just a quick announcement of Pink Floyd at Pompeii. I am so pumped. And apparently David Gilmour was pumped too. So thanks for watching. Check it out. Mazzy loves you.